Welcome to Actual Scale Modelling. This is part 4 of the Revell Hawker Hunter FGA 9 Mark 58 build. In this part, I'm going to be concentrating on the Miss Demeanor. That's the one with the sort of rainbow coloration. So let's jump into this and see how we get on. Before I begin painting, I'm going to have to create a template here. So I'm just got a compass and just drawing a circle. And then I'll be drawing circles inside the circle and measurements that are equal to on the plane. So what I've done is I measured out where I need the paint to go up to, and then drew the template accordingly. Now this is because the colouring of Miss Demeanor is it's like a rainbow pattern, so I need a good curvature for the masking tape to follow. This is why I'm doing a paper template. And once that's done, it's just a simple case of cutting out the sections that I require. The first colour to go on is Revell Aquacolor 12 Yellow. Now this is like a lemony light yellow that I'm placing on here. I've then changed over to Revell Aquacolor 15 Yellow for the top part of the area, the nose cone and cockpit. I've also put on a little bit of masking tape just to give me the line. I haven't used my template as of yet. So now it's time to use my first template. So I'm just holding it on here with a little bit of masking tape, and I'm using Tamiya's 5mm masking tape for curves. Now this tape is designed to go around bends and sharp angles. So it's a really good masking tape for this. It's not as tacky as the normal masking tape, so you have to keep that in mind, but it also won't lift off the paint so much either. The next colour is Umbro RC 420 Orange Lining. Now this is probably not the correct shade of orange to use, but I like it, so I decided to use it. So I'm placing on the paint here hard up to the masking tape. And the idea is to have it thin where the masking tape is and darken the colour as I go up to the upper part where the other end of the masking tape is. So thin to dark, and this just helps blend in the colours. I'm making sure it's thoroughly dry before I move the masking tape, because you don't want it to slap back onto the area that you painted and end up having dots of orange on your yellow paintwork. So now the masking tape is coming off. You can see, start seeing the curve that's involved. At this stage, you may want to look at blending it in a little bit more and feathering it so that it eases its way into the next colour. And the next colour here I'm using is Revell Aquacolor 36 Carmine Red. So again, I've used the templates to mark off the area where I want to put my tape, and I'm painting, making it light where my brush is at the moment, and darkening up the colour as I go up to the top part of the next part of the masking tape. It should say as well, also helps if you leave a little bit of the previous colour showing of the tape, so you're going to be painting onto that. That also helps blend in the colour. So the next colour is Revell Aquacolor 301 White Silk, and this is just a small band up above the red. Now moving on to Revell Aquacolor 50 Light Blue, and the same principle with all the other colours, just one swooping colour backing onto the red colour here. And the next colour is Revell Aquacolor 350 Lufthansa Blue. So it's a darker blue obviously than the light blue. And again, this is just helps blend in now that I'm changing to the darker colours. The rest of the model is painted in Revell Aquacolor 302 Silk Black. I'm not using masking tape to paint in the black. I'm just doing it freehand, because you don't really want a hard line at all from the blue to the black. Switching over to the fuel tanks, then the base colour is Revell Aquacolor 301 White Silk. Now I'm only painting up to this mark here. I'm not painting any further than that because it's only the nose area of the fuel tank that I need to be white. Next, I'm using very thin strips of masking tape just to put them along from the nose, swooping backwards on the fuel tanks. This is to create white stripes, and then I'll paint them over with white before the next colour to stop paint bleed. My next colour is Revell Aquacolor 350 Lutherans of blue, and again, like the white, I'm painting this over the entire fuel tank. The last colour is 302 Silk Black. Now, the reason why I put the blue on first is because I want the blue to come through thinly from the black. You can barely notice it, but when I looked at the pictures, there was a touch of blue coming through. So this is what I'm trying to achieve. And now the paint's dry, it's time to peel back the masking tape, and hopefully this will give me my white stripes that I'm after. The first one came off very well, and in fact they all came off very well, and it's quite a good look. So I'm now using a cocktail stick and then taking small parts of white paint and just painting on some stars, and all of this is tiny little crosses that I'm making on the actual paint. There's various ways you can do this. You can mask it off, you can put on decals, or you can paint them on like I'm doing. There's no right way or wrong way to do this. Again, it's like everything with modelling. You do what you feel happy with and what you feel comfortable with. Just try and make it a random pattern as possible. You can see it a little bit better and more detail here now that the black's dried on the wings. Next is the probe, and it's Revell Aquacolor 90 Silver for the main stem. Then it's switching over to 302 Silk Black, and that's just for the tip of the probe. Next to go on are the drop tanks, and like the Tiger Meat version, the holes were pre-drilled before the assembly of the wings. And the last to go on is the probe itself, and this just sits above the clear area where the beacon lights are. So the last thing to do is put on a bit of varnish. I'll take off the canopy mask once this is all dried, but for all intents and purposes that is the build complete. Now I'm not putting any decals on this one because the decals just will not show up against the black or the reds. Like the Tiger Meat one, they're just not designed to do that, so I'm leaving them off. So if you haven't done so already, why don't you check out the channel for my other builds, including the videos for this build. If you subscribe to the channel, you'll be notified of all my upcoming builds and updates therein. Hit that like button and of course leave a comment. But for now, thank you all very much for watching. Bye bye.